Hi, this is Ahmed, Sean, and Taylor, and today what we're doing is we're going to be going over a pivot table. A pivot table is what you do use in Excel. It's an easy way to go ahead and get information that's in a table and convert it into a pivot table, which organizes the information a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight our table, and we'll go to Data, and then we're going to go to Pivot Table. Once we click Pivot Table, that does create a pivot table for us. But it's very unorganized and a little bit harder to read when you first create it. So as you can tell, we have column labels, values, row labels, and report filter. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to organize some information in there to make it look a little bit cleaner. So we'll move the sum of the wins, the sum of the losses into the value section. And then we'll go ahead and move the universities over to row labels. And then we'll move conferences over. We have rank in the actual table itself, but today we won't really be using the rank of the teams, so we'll go ahead and remove that. So we do have universities first, but to make it a little bit cleaner, we'll go ahead and switch that to conferences. So we'll have the conferences, as you can see, the ACC, American, Big 10, Big 12, and so on and so forth. We have the values that are listed on there. So to start, we're going to go ahead and change the name of values just to make the table look a little bit better. And we'll switch that to games played. It does get cut off a little bit, so we'll go ahead and extend that out a little bit. So as you can see, it says games played. From there, you see it says the sum of the wins. We'll go ahead and switch that to games won. And then sum of losses, we'll just show you a different way to switch that. For the field name, we'll go ahead and switch that to games lost. So as you can see, the teams have games won and games lost listed on there. So the ACC has 10 wins, 0 losses, whereas the Pac-12 has 24 wins and 6 losses. On row labels, we're going to go ahead and just make that look a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and switch that to conferences. So as you can see, the conferences that are listed underneath there, we have the ACC, American, and so forth, as I already explained earlier. And then inside of the conferences is the report filter. So what we can go ahead and do is remove a few of these conferences on here. We'll go ahead and filter out every conference but the Pac-12 and the SEC. So as you can see, after we filter those out, the only two that we have left are Pac-12 and SEC. And from there, what we're going to go ahead and do is average out the games won and games lost. So as you can see, the Pac-12 has won 4 games on average and lost only 1 game. The SEC has won 4.57 games on average and only lost 0.57 games on average. So in summary, a pivot table is a great way to go ahead and organize data. You can report out or filter out anything very quickly. And then also you can go ahead and adjust any section on the pivot table. For example, if we wanted to switch grand total to average, we can go ahead and do that as well. Our average games won and lost, and we can adjust it kind of however we want to do that. And it's just a very great way to go ahead and organize a table and data and make it look a lot cleaner and smoother. There's a lot of different things you can do on a pivot table, and it is a great way to organize information. So this is Ahmed, Sean, and Taylor from Group 8, and I hope you enjoyed this and learned a little bit more about pivot tables.